a faffing around video with some pork shoulder portions I've got left. So I did something else with pork shoulder yesterday, and it was frozen stuff, and I didn't use it all, so I had a bit of pork shoulder left, and I kind of thought, what can I do with this pork shoulder that's left, these kind of discs, and I kind of thought, oh well, let's have a go at coating it in breadcrumbs and seeing how what happens if we kind of shallow half fry, deep fry type of thing. So flour first. Don't know if that's going to be so flour first. So the flour enables the egg to stick, and then breadcrumbs. Slightly concerned because some of this pork shoulder is kind of quite fatty, so there's a big chunk of fat there, which I really suppose I should chop out that bit of fat. I was kind of thinking, actually it might be quite nice if that melts. So flour first. I mean, you couldn't do pork shoulder deep frying it from raw, because it's just not a cut of meat that it needs long cooking, so you're not gonna be able to deep fry the pork shoulder. So probably doing it this way is probably the way to go. And then we haven't got much space here, so I'm going to egg wash it that way, and I don't really want to crack more eggs than I need to, because I don't like wasting things, you know. But really it should be a lot deeper and you should be able to dredge it, but this will work just fine. And then into breadcrumbs, so this one into here as well, and then we'll just pour some breadcrumbs on top as well. And I haven't got any cooking oil, so I'm going to have to use some olive oil, which I'm a little bit annoyed about, because I really should have cooking oil in the house, or some vegetable oil, rather than having to use some virgin oil. But it's not extra virgin, so you'll be right. Then that's a little bit too high. Hands always end up a mess. And the idea is that all we really want to do is crisp up the outside and heat it all the way through. So with shallow frying like this, it's probably a good, it's just not quite hot enough. Turn that up. We'll rest that on, can't rest it on anything just yet. Our hands are going to get really messy. But they're both now messy, so I can't turn off the film. It gives us extra time. Isn't that quite nice? Double dunked. But anyway. Yeah, that's okay. Right. So a bit more time for breadcrumbing. And hopefully enough room in the pan for both. Just, we'll have to turn them over anyway. So those are out of the way. Wash fingers. Turn it down a little bit. In here that's going to be just a little bit too hot. This is really dangerous actually. You shouldn't really deep fry on top of the stove anymore. It's really dangerous. I think we'll throw those breadcrumbs away. But that's alright. And just flip a bit of oil on top. And cook the egg. And the breadcrumbs will stick a little bit better. So, I will pause, because you don't need to see all this, because it's just things frying in a frying pan, and I'm sure there already is. a YouTube channel where things just frying in a frying pan? If there isn't, there should be. That'd be a great channel with that. So, flipped over, and they're looking good. They're looking good. I've just turned them down a little bit because I just want them to be. There's always a danger when you deep fry things that things are going to be crispy on the outside but still raw on the inside. So just turn it down a little bit, and then we'll see how they go. But high hopes for this one. I think they'll be delicious. Right, I think these are going to be ready. I just keep flicking oil over the top of them, just to make sure that the top's getting nice and crispy. So, as you can see, I don't know if you can particularly see, but I think that's where the fat is, and the oil has melted the fat, and it's kind of pushing through from the other side. So, let's turn that off. Turn the washing up, and then metal spoon, because we're dealing with hot fat. It's a slot spoon, so I'm drain off the excess fat as well. And onto some kitchen paper, just soak up the excess fat. We like fat, we just don't like too much of it. They look well, they look really good. Let's see how these turn out. So that out of the way, because there's still going to be some heat coming from that thing there, so we don't want the we don't want that carrying on cooking. So I have which I've just washed up, and we'll cut into that. We'll have a see. So where do we cut into? So if we cut into that bit there, which I think where the fat was, nice and crisp, and hot all the way through. Looks all right. Give it a taste. So it's a bit like sweet and sour pork without the sweet and sour sauce. So I wonder if in Chinese restaurants that they use pork shoulder cubes, which they cook off beforehand, and and then coat in the batter and then deep fry. But there we go. That works, and that's another way of using up pork shoulder. So next time I've got pork shoulder on the menu and I've got leftovers, I can treat myself to those.